Okay. All right. So now, guys, as you can see, like I said before, so we're going to be working on the new settings. Of course, that will be helping anyone who is signed up as a newbie or even the experienced ones, you understand, to get more ideas that are shorter, faster, and more result oriented per day, such that they can have consistent wins at least every day of the week, based on your plan, your trading plan, which will be another topic for another day. The trading plan is very important. You know, the trading plan guides you on your journey, your trading journey, and how to be progressive. You understand, based on plan. I mean, number one, it tells you what based on the amount of money you have, you can set what your amount of your target for the day, so you know when to stop. I mean, even though the ideas are coming and they're all good ideas, you don't need to keep trading endlessly. Okay, you have to have a target for the day, and you have to believe in compounding. You understand? And lastly, of course, you need to have your risk management profile, which is very important. See, if you can put all of this in place, I tell you, you will hardly have any issue. You see, the only areas where we have issues where people don't follow the rules. So we start. No, we don't start with the rule. First of all, let's go back to Manara. Let me show them the settings you need for more profitable ideas, especially for newbies. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, of course, because I know the beginners will be watching this video afterwards. So let's start. So when you log on to your when you go through your back office, we all know those ones. I mean, you go through your back office, you launch your Manara. Now the Manara is launched. The fact that Manara is launched does not mean you take ideas or start taking ideas from Manara. You have to put Manara in such a settings, that kind of settings that will help you to filter the market. So Manara can help you filter the market as that will be profitable. And I remember what I said about the newbies, that there's type of people who always want things faster. Not that it's encouraged to always look for faster things, just that at least to some extent it will help boost their confidence and start helping them to realize that they can actually achieve in the long run a lot with Manara. Okay, so these settings, they are short time frame test settings, and also they are very results oriented, and also they have a very good risk to reward ratio. Okay, so for someone who is new, who may wonder what is the risk to reward. Okay, now risk to reward is for every trade you take. It's always good for you to only risk your money. Let me use that word. Risk your money or invest your money in a setup that promises to give you at least double of whatever it is that you put in. So what does that mean? That means 1 to 2, which means, for example, if your risk size is, let's say you're using $100 account, and you want to go into a trade idea. Now, between 5 to 10% is what I advise for a $100 account, depending on your risk appetite. Do you get what I'm saying? Your risk appetite. And what is risk appetite? We're talking about what you are comfortable with when it comes to losing. So meaning, how much can you afford to lose? Because that's how to think when you are trading. That's the psychology of actually trading. If you don't have that psychology, anybody who doesn't want to lose should not even bother doing anything like trading, because life is all about win and loss, isn't it? Win and gain. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. Win and loss. Yeah. I think I'll use that word. Yeah. Instead of gain and profit, or gain and losing. It's winning and losing. Yeah. So that's what life is all about generally. Anything you are doing, any path can happen, but we always hope for the best. Now, what we can do is not to expect losing, but what we can do is to increase our winning rate. Okay? The accuracy of winning. And in doing that, it starts with you preparing yourself for the worst. Okay? I mean, when we say preparing yourself for the worst, it gives you a good experience when you already go into the market, the amount that you can afford to lose. So now, if you have $100 account, now if you're comfortable with losing $5, you use 5% of your money. If you're comfortable with using $10, you use 10%. But just know that garbage in, garbage out. The amount of money you invest is the amount of money you make, gives you more profits when it comes to. Sorry. Is there another person talking? Let me know. So I can stop for the meantime and let the person take over. Am I the only one talking now? Stop listening. I mean, I'm hearing another voice at the background. Or it's okay. I think you have the permission to mute other uh, confusion. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, so it starts with you. Now let's say you have appetite for $10, which means for $100 account, you can afford to let go of $10. It's okay. So what does that mean? So if you're going to be checking out setups, make sure you check setups that will give you, if you win, that will give you double of that amount. So which means you need to check setup that will give you like $20 if you win. And if you're losing $10, minimum, and that's minimum. You know, there are some risk to reward ratio that gives you even 4 times, 5 times of whatever it is you put in. So that means if you put in $10, you can make $50. I mean, such will put you at a very good standing, you understand, when it comes to risk management. All right. So I believe with that simple analogy gives you an introduction into the world of risk profile. Okay. All right. Risk management profile. Sorry. So let's go on now. Now, in order to do that, so like I said, you now set up, you've gone to your back office, you put up your Manara. Now you have to use the settings. These are the settings you will use. Okay. Let's start from the introduction. No. Let's start from the introduction, as we always do. Start from the introduction of Manara. Let's introduce Manara. What are the 4 segments that we have? Okay, the 4 areas that we have in Manara and what they are used for. Okay, then we'll now go into the settings. Now, the first area is the chart section or the segments. Okay, now what is the chart segment? You can click on it. It's actually meant for 2 types of people. Number 1, people already familiar with trading. People already familiar with trading, who are already forex traders, who like to probably check their own pairs for themselves. So you check your pairs, and what Manara will do for you is, after checking your pairs, check your time frame that you want. Manara will give you the setup, okay, setups for them, which means Manara will let you know that if this your setup, if it's your pairs, have a good setup, whether for a buy or a sell. So what does that do to you as a forex trader who was already experienced? It reduces your time on the screen. Instead of you looking for setup by yourself, checking out if there's a good setup analysis all that time. Now, good thing is you're already an experienced forex trader. When you look at the setup with that and your knowledge that you have before, it helps you to make a decision. So that is why it is good for a forex trader. You can come in with any pairs you want here, and then Manara will tell you if there's a good setup for them or there are setups. Yeah. Then for someone who is new, who has never been trading before, you can also come in here after learning how to use it, which of course we will teach you. There are videos we have videos for that. So you can use it for scalping. What is scalping? Scalping is a type of trade that you can make that you do in minutes, maximum 1 hour. 1 hour. Actually, scalping is supposed to be done in minutes, but sometimes the market condition can take it as long as 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour, you go into the market, you take a pair. Now for the scalping, the settings is different on charts. When you come here, you don't look for patterns. Okay, there are rules for the chart for the scalping, which is in the video. So you can ask from your sponsor, and if your sponsor doesn't have that information, your sponsor can ask from a sponsor or ask from me directly, and they'll point it to you. So you watch the video, you learn how to use this chart for scalping. Okay, for scalping. Okay, that's that. Then the next one is the monitor. Yeah. Now the monitor area is actually, like from the name monitor, it means this is the area where you put up the settings that you want, which we're going to be talking about tonight. Now the settings that you want, that you know that is good for you based on recommendation. If you are new, you have to follow the recommendation of people like us that have been in for a while. Okay. And if you are already, maybe you're conversant with forex, you can choose your own settings as you want it, so long you believe in it. So Manara follow those instructions, those your preferences, do them, use them to help you scan the entire market based on the securities, based on the pairs that you choose. Okay, that you choose. Okay. Manara will use that to search the entire market for you and give you signals every day, which you will use for your trading setups, which of course in turns will give you your profit and make it profitable for you. So that's what the monitor is for. Okay. So that's the monitor. Okay, we have the other one, notification. Now, notification is anything that you want that you have set up for. The instruction that I give to Manara this time around will not just be there for you to come and check. It will go straight, it will be sent to you as a personal message through your DM on Telegram as a signal. You know, just like some of you that join the signals groups all here and there, and then they send you ideas. So Manara is the robot that will now be sending you ideas based on what you have chosen. So you get those signals on your DM, you follow them, you take them, and then yeah, of course, you make money. That's what the notification is for. And the last one is account. Of course, that has more like that's just barely your profile, okay, on Manara, your email, your token code, which of course you use to activate your Manara, also on the Telegram, and that's it. Now tonight, what I want to talk about is the monitor area. As a newbie, as a beginner, what settings should you have? Like I said from the beginning, that will give you profitable ideas every day in short time, so as to meet your targets every day, which of course will help your compounding plan and then also help you to achieve your aim in the academy. So now, so I want you to focus on this. All you need to do is just do what we do here when you get back to your back office. Whatever settings we use, just use the same thing, then you will possibly get the same ideas. All right, now, so when you come here, the first thing is you have settings. What is the settings for? So the settings is for you to give all the preferences, like I said before. Number one, we have the pattern status. Now, what is pattern status? This is the part where Manara is asking you, what kind of ideas do you want? Do you want the ones that type of idea that, okay, that has already got into the entry and is about 2 to 3 candles away, meaning it has already happened, or 1 to 4 candles away, sorry, and it has already happened, okay, meaning it's already moving. So such ideas, you jump in immediately without wasting time because it's already moving. Okay, that's what mature is. Now, next we have can you go back to what Sharif? Okay. Settings, don't move away from the settings, just stay there, okay? All right, so the next one is complete. Okay, now complete is a type of ideas that are about 1 to 4 candles away, okay? I mean, when I say away now, before the main entry, meaning these ideas are type of ideas that are just few candles away, just few distance away from the entry. So such ideas gives you enough time, at least ample time, just more time to prepare yourself. That's the complete. Okay, that's the complete. Now the next one is incomplete. Guys, can you hear me at all? Everyone, can you guys hear me? Sheriff. Okay, all right, good. All right, good. All right. So now the next one is incomplete. So incomplete ideas are type of ideas that they are already forming, but they are very far away from the entry. Now this one gives you enough time. I mean, when I say enough time, it may even take a day for this to get to the entry, depending on kind of time frame you use. Okay, so those are the type of ideas that we. Those are the kind of status. Okay, it is Sheriff. Don't leave the settings, just stay there. stay on the settings. Yes, don't leave the settings area until we are done. We have a lot to talk about there. So just leave it there. Yeah, as you can see, those ideas they change as soon as you choose incomplete, right? So, but then we have the time frames. The time frames are in forex trading. Time frames are like the intervals between the trading sessions. Okay, so now these are represented in candles, as you can see. This is because of the newbies that are here, so I'm explaining. So we have the M5, which is 5 minutes. We have the M15, which is 15 minutes. We have the M30, which is 30 minutes. We have the H1, which is 1 hour. We have the H4, which is 4 hour. We have the D for the day. W means week. M means month. Now, when it comes to, sorry, before we go on, when it comes to pattern status, the pattern, you choose complete. Now, let's choose complete. Not complete. Now, why do we choose? Anytime you go to those parts, okay, in the case of where you don't get ideas that are ready, that's where you can now go to mature or complete. Or don't even go to mature, you just go to complete. Uh, sorry, incomplete. But now choose incomplete. Sheriff, choose complete. What are you doing, Sheriff? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, choose
It's now
complete. Yeah.
incomplete.
So,
Yes,
all right,
it's
good.
incomplete now, sir.
Now the time frame. So we choose 5 minutes because we want short trade ideas that'll be faster for you to get in and they out. 5 minutes, M5, good. These are the new settings I speak. We're talking about. Okay, so the asset class now. This is where you choose what you're going to be trading. Now, for a beginner, I would advise only trade forex or maybe metal, forex and metal. Except you have a very big account, like from $1,000 and above. Then I will ask you to add indices. Okay, but for now, choose forex and metal. Okay, so we've chosen the metal. Okay, let's go down. Now after that we have the pattern. Now these are the pattern we look for. Okay, now I recommend for this particular settings, okay, for profitable ideas, but Gatly, okay, and I will recommend what's it called, triple top, triple bottom also, triple top, triple bottom. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to this session. Now let's go to the next part. Um, we have pattern type. Of course, we focus on bullish and bearish. Bullish means when the market is on its way up. Bearish means when the market is on its way down. Or none. You don't choose that at all. Just choose those two. And for the security, for the settings, I think we're done, right? Is that the last part?
Yes,
The
sir.
settings. All right. So let's go
That's the
to the
last
next
part.
one. Uh, security. Yeah, security. Yeah. So this is part where you choose the assets you'll be trading. Okay, this is where you'll be choosing the assets you'll be trading. 1 minute, guys. This is where you choose the assets you like to trade. Sorry. Now let's start. Sheriff, I think that you can just choose the pairs. So what you do, guys, you just follow the same thing, the pairs that is choosing right now, and the ones that you avoid, you avoid. So Sheriff, you can do that to make this faster. If you can't get it, you watch this video again. We'll send the recording. Okay, so you can follow up with the asset we'll be choosing. What happened? You just sign out.
I made a mistake there. Hello, sir.
Yes.
It's back now, sir.
All right, good. So you just go into those settings. I mean
Settings
the
back.
security, the have you done that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we go to the next one. So guys, you choose these same pairs that he has chosen, okay? Now you go to the next one, which is the that's okay. You're going to save, yes. So now you save everything here. So that's the part where you have view default. So that default now you need to put your own settings as this. So you save this. Now go there and save. Okay, you've done your saving before. So yeah, what you do,
Yes, sir.
show them that part. So you go to that empty bar down below. Yes, there. You type in the name you want to give these settings. As soon as you do that, there's this plus sign on the far right. Show them that as well. So you click on that plus sign, and that plus sign will help you save these settings. So in case there's an issue, maybe you have to restart your Manara. You don't need to start all over by going to apply these settings again. Just go to that default area and choose this name that you have saved the settings with. Then everything will go back to normal. Okay. So guys, if you can remember what you've done here on the settings, we chose the M5 as a time frame. We chose the complete as our status. We chose the pattern. We have the Gatly, the bat, and triple top, triple bottom. I think that was all. Okay, we choose bearish and bullish. We didn't choose anything outside that too. Then on the security, we choose all the pairs that you see here, of course, which of course you master by the time you start going, start when you watch this video again, okay? And then you save these settings, and that will be all. Now, as soon as you've done this, you can be guaranteed to have enough wins for the day. Like I said, there will also be losses, but by the time you check the aggregate, you'll see that you have more wins than losses. Now let's look at what I mean by the aggregate. Okay, let's go to see what we mean by the aggregate. For example, let's check with these settings. Let's check what has happened last week. Okay, what has happened last week? We have data for that, but let's just show you a bit here so you understand. So, Sheriff, what you do now is on complete, right? So what you do, change the status to complete, right? Okay, good. Now let's
Yes,
check
sir.
the successful ideas for this Friday, last Friday. United. On the status, you just choose successful. Okay, you have that. Okay, don't worry. It's okay, it's okay. So let's do it that way. All right. Okay, you're welcome, Abubakar. All right. So you see now the first idea was a success, M5. Now, if you look at this idea, you see that it hits both TP1 and 2. Okay, now the next one after that was a failure. Click on it, let's see how it failed. So that pair, I don't understand. That pair shouldn't be there, but it's okay. You don't take that pair, guys. Note this pair. I don't like it. JPP is an indices pair. It's always appearing, but it's okay. Now look at this. It was a failure. Why? Because it came to the entry, but there's a rule that we're going to be teaching you tonight. Sharif, can you hold on? Why are you running? Go back to
Okay.
this first fail.
The indices pair or this
Yeah,
one.
it's okay. Okay, go to the old JPY. Avoid the indices pair. Which one is the first
Okay,
fail
sir.
there? Which one is the
GBP
first fail? Click on it.
GBP.
Yes, click on it. The first one was a
Yes, sir.
success, right?
No. The second one was a success. First one failed.
Okay, so the first one, that means the last one for Friday. That was the last one for Friday. Which of course,
Yes, sir.
by that time you I mean there will go to that rules area. When we get to the rules area, there are some things we apply that helps you to reduce the number of failures. Okay. Now, so just go to the failed one, the first one, Sheriff. Just stay on it. Let's see why it failed. Okay,
This
now
one.
that's the failed one, as you can see. Okay, but by the time we go into the rules, we'll come back to these ones and show you some of the reasons why this thing fails and the ones that's successful. Okay, now look at the successful one, Euro USD. Click on it. Okay, you can see that was a sniper one, no drawdown. Okay, tip one, tip two hits. Then also check the next one after the indices. the USDJPY, triple top. That was a success as well.
Yes.
That was a success as well, right? And it went way down even after the profits. It went way down after the profits. Okay. Then we have other ones there. We have the ones that are failed. We have the ones that are successful. Now, how do you know whether this settings is trustworthy or not? Now, to know that, so we came up with something we did based on the analysis of both successes and the failures for each day for last week. So, Sheriff, this is where you go to your data. Let's go to the data area. Okay, let's go to the data. Let's go to the data. So, guys, based on these settings, okay, for last week, we have. Are you sharing the individual days or you sharing the overall? This is overall, right?
So this is not viral. This is
Is
just
this the
for last
overall?
week on the 17th
And
last week.
17th last week.
I should go to overall, and this is upper week. This is for upper week.
Okay. Now, when you say upper week, are we talking of Monday to Fridays, right? Overall, that's what
Yes,
we mean by
for upper
overall,
week.
weekly. So
Yes,
let's go to the
overall for
previous. Let's go to overall for last week, right?
yes, sir. For upper
All
week.
right.
This is
Can you
for upper.
zoom this? Let's start from upper week. At least that will show the consistency. So the people will see that it's not just last week. Okay. So guys, as you can see, imagine you're a member. Let's say you were already in the academy and you're already using the settings that since last upper week. Okay. This was the data. No, go start from the bottom. From the bottom. No. That's the bottom. Yeah, that's where you started from, right? So we had
Yes, sir.
25 failed ideas, and we have 33 win ideas that were won. Okay. So 25 failed, 33 wins. Now, too, some of you would think, oh, 25 failed, 33 wins. First thing you need to know is this: even if it's 25 wins, 25 failed, you will still be profitable. The winning will still have it because when you remember what I said from the beginning, which is part of the rules we're going to be showing you. Number one, when you lose, you only lose one, but when you win double. So, which means even if there is 25 wins, 25 failed, it means you have 50 wins and 25 failed because whatever you get as a win is double of whatever, minimum of double. Some are even triple. Okay. So that is why this is a very good one. So if you have 33 wins, 25 failed, it means you have like 66 times of whatever it is you see here. Okay. So it means if you have 25, let's say you have $10, okay, in a trade idea. So if at all you have all these losing trades, so you are losing 250, but you'll be winning like $660. Okay. Now let's go to the actual. Yeah, let's go to the actual analysis based on assuming you have $100 and you use $5 for every trade for last week. Assuming you have $100, $100, and you have you have $100 and you're using $5 on every trade. Following the rules we'll be sharing with you. Now this time around you are following the rules, so there are some trades you'll be avoiding. Okay, so you would have lost $90 and have made $223 on bats. On the head and shoulder, you would have lost $25 and made $40. While on triple top, you would have made $10 and you would have lost $10 and made $34. Do you know what this means? When you put all of this together, so far, when you add the $90, you add it to $25, you add it to $10, that would have summed up to all your losses. Then when you add $23 to $40 to $34, that would have summed up all your winnings. Now, which means your account would have grown so far. I mean, just do the math. That would be 223 plus 2 plus 40. That would be 263 plus 34. That would be 297. Am I right? 297, right? That's
Perfect,
297.
sir.
But but your losses
Yes,
would have
sir.
been 90, 25. That's 115 plus 10, 125. So you would have made 297 and have probably lost 125. If you do the math, you still be left with 100 and something. So if you started with $100
172.
from the beginning of the month, you say what?
Oh, that's 172.
$172. So meaning if you had started with $100 from the month from the Monday of upper week, you would have ended the week with $272, which means your capital plus the profit that you made, your account would have moved from 100 to 272. And that's not enough. Remember, if compounding, it should be bigger than that. Now, also, hold on. There's something else I want to say here. Okay, yeah. So this is for the upper week. Let's go to the last week. And also, so yet, let's see what happens. That's using these settings. Now, this means that for those of you who worry about making enough money to pay your next subscription, assuming you follow every rules we're going to be sharing with you, at least this is what you should be getting close to this or even better. Now, so this is for last week, guys. So scroll down. Let's start from the bottom. Start from the bottom, the overall, using M5. All right. Now, what we have here, okay, overall for last week, despite the bad market, overall losses would have been, overall loss, sorry, would have been 30 failed ideas, while overall win 31. Now, some of you will say, how come 31 and 30? I mean, that's barely a win, but it's a lot. Like I told you before, remember, if you win, it's almost like double, but if you lose, it's just single, isn't it? So let's go to the top and see what it means when we put it in figure. So, which means if you had $100 last week, okay, you would have lost $85 on sorry, on bats. Okay, use the bat. That's the bat idea. So which means last week we only had more ideas from bat. So you would have lost $85 on bat ideas. Okay, on bats pattern. Yes, bats patterns. Okay, and then made $235 on the same bat pattern. Now, if you do the math, so just do the math now, Sheriff. 85 minus 235.
That's $150 profit.
So on bat, you would have made on
On that,
aggregate of what, $150 on bat. Now on Gatly, you would have lost $65 and made $304.85. Now do the math also, Sheriff.
that's
65
239.
minus 304.
That's 239.
So which means overall 239. So overall, then you add your wins, the aggregate of bat and
Borrow would have been $389.
so which means if you had, let's say you had $100 last week from the Monday of last week, and you use these settings till the end of Friday, following the rules, okay, you would have made $389, which means your $100 would have gone up by four, would have gone to $489, if I'm right. Okay. So what we are saying here, that's to solve the person who said he is lost. Okay. So what we are saying is the settings that we just introduced to you. Now, before we introduce any settings to you, we would have tests run it, okay, which we call back testing in Forex. So back testing means the strategy you want to use, you want to check it on past trades. If it worked out on past trades, of course, how do you determine the future? You determine the future by where you stand at the present, using the history as your what? History as your what? As your basic standing, isn't it? So we check the past trade ideas using the same settings and look at the success rate. Okay, with that now you can project into the future what can happen. Okay, so now whatever we're teaching you right now, you need to learn it so you can do your settings yourself also on your Manara this weekend between today and tomorrow. So by Monday you can also experience the same thing, and by the end of Friday we have another session like this, and then we hear your what do you call your feedback. Okay, give your feedback either on the group, on the larger group. Okay, yeah. We like to see your feedback on the larger group. All right, guys, that is that. Now let's go to the rules. There are rules to make this a success. Rules. Now these rules will help you to even limit the losses even more. Which means if you had followed these rules, even the losses will still be reduced more. Okay. We'll talk about the rules now. We'll be sharing the rules with you, checking it on the chat, and see how it's more applicable. Now the first rule, guys. Let's go to the first rule. Okay, the checklist. Yeah. Go to the checklist. Now, number one, the first thing you check out for is whenever you are in the trade, before you take any trade, you check the risk to reward ratio, and it must be minimum of 2 to 1. Now, what does that mean? Go to the chart. Let's go to Manara chart. So I'll show them what this means. That's the first thing that will determine which trade idea you will take. Not every trade that we set, not every setup that you will take, okay? Start with the risk to reward. Now look at this, guys. So let's say after checking all your settings, so you will get trade ideas like this. Now you go to your far right. That's where you have the risk to reward. Now, if you're using a mobile phone, you may not see it unless you slant your phone, then it will show you the risk to reward as well. So you slant your phone, you will see the risk to reward. Now, if you look at this area, you see where you have figures. The first one has 3.77. Okay. Now, the first one has 3.77. What that means is if you invest $10, okay, you have 3.77 times, which means you multiply whatever you invest by this amount you see on the right. That's the what you have. By this number you have on the right, that's what you have, okay? So let's go to the one that is clearer. So let's say the USDJPY that was a success. Was it USDJPY? Okay, let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD, if you look at it, it was 1.93, which is not up to 2. Remember, I said it must be up to 2 above. Now, we'll show you what to do, okay, to make it up to 2. Okay, so, guys, I want you to pay attention here now. That's the first rule we are dealing with. Now, according to Manara, the idea will not give you up to 2 in terms of the reward. It won't be twice, okay? Remember, we said minimum, it has to be 2. I mean, double of whatever it takes we do to it, okay? Have you done that? Let's see USD. Now, guys, okay, this is the USD, right? Have you clicked on it?
Yes, sir.
Do you know? Just click on that. Wait, hold on. A full screen so you can show the idea better. All right, good. Guys, you can see it now. Now, if you look at this trade idea, Sheriff, you need to use that toolbox that measures, okay, the measurement toolbox. Huh? Whenever you have an idea like this, so from the entry, can you move it a bit to the right? Let's see what happened in the right side. Keep moving. Yeah, this is what we'll talk about. Good. Now, guys, so these are the rules, right? So for you to enjoy maximum double, okay? Now, the first thing you do is you check from the entry area. Now, we have 2 type of entries. I want you to pay attention, especially the newbies, okay? You always have 2 type of entry. The major entry, which is where you have the entry. Can you see the entry on your right? That line is where your entry is. So that's where you're supposed to enter the trade, right? Now, the second one is the box area. Can you touch the box area at the end of the box? Yes, you see that box, that gray box, that end is the second entry. That is why sometimes when you see Manara send ideas to you, you see on the image, okay, a particular entry, and then you see there's some the script that comes with it. Another entry. So that entry is the gray area. So it's always good to have 2 entries minimum when you are taking Manara trade. One at the bottom of that gray line, and the other one at the top. But let's measure from the gray line now. I think from the green line to TP2 is what gives you double, right? Now, from the same entry to the stop loss, okay? So this is how you get your risk to ratio, risk to reward ratio. Let's measure the entry to the stop loss area. The stop loss is the red line at the top. That means in case the trade doesn't go your way, this is what will happen. Now, you see, can we all look at that figure? You see that it's 4 pips. When you see 40, that means 4 pips. Whatever you see here, you divide it by 10. Anytime you use this measurement, whatever you see here, you divide it by 10. So that means your stop loss is 4 pips. Okay? Now you have a stop loss that is 4 pips. Now let's check the potential profits from that same entry down to the TP2. Guys, can you see it now? That is 8 pips. 7.9 is 8 pips if kind of okay, sorry. No. Forgive me. It's 7.9, yes. Guys, can you see that it's 7.9 according to Manara? Do you know that is why you see on the risk to ratio, risk to reward ratio, you see that it's written 1.93, which means if you divide this 7.9 by 4, you will get 1.93. You won't get 2 exactly, which means you can't find 2 or 4 in 7.9. You can only find one of it and then 0.93 for the remaining. Just few pips away, few points away for me to make double. Now we want to make it double because our rules say so. Your rules, I mean, you must always look for double. So when you get to a trade like this and it meets all your criteria, you now say, but it's showing you 1.93. What do you do, guys? Now you focus, you won't put your own TP2, okay? You won't take your TP on that one Manara gave you. You move your TP to C, letter C, okay, or A. You move your TP to letter C, so which means your value, your number will not be the number for like on the target 2 now. Manara has 1.0849. You'll be using 1.08470. Is that what C is saying? Okay, you'll be using what?
Yes, sir.
1.08469. Okay, or you go to 1 point, which is A. Look at the A point of that pattern. Can you see letter A on the pattern? The letter A now, you can use that too as your TP. Now, what determines whether you use A or C? So when you calculate up to C and you see that it's still not up to minimum of double of whatever you put in, then you can extend to A. But if you see that the C gives you what you are looking for, stay on C. Don't be greedy. Okay, so now let's calculate from the entry to letter C and see if it will give us double of what our investment will be, which is 4 pips. Remember, the stop loss is 4 pips. So we are looking for minimum of 8 pips for the win. If 4 pips is the loss, when you lose 4 pips. Now, which means the win should give you minimum of 8 pips. So let's go check. Let's go check it out. From the entry to the target now. C. Put it to C, not TP2. Letter C. All right, what do we have there? 10.4. Guys, you see? Now we have a good one, a good ratio. So because from 10, you can have double of 4 plus extra. So you can stop at C. You put your own TP to where the letter C is. Okay? Now, in the case where you get to C is not also double of what you have at the top there as the losing part, the stop loss, then you can now extend to A. Okay? So if you do that, now let's assume you did that during this trade. What happened? Will you make it or not? Let's check it. That was why we went forward. See, the market came to the entry, took both of your entries. Okay, let's say you use both 0.01, 0.01, because you have $100 accounts. Okay, so now you have 10 down here. If you have 10 down here, no, Chef, do you have the calculator there?
Yes, sir.
All right, go to the calculator. I'm talking of the, what's it called? The Forex
Lot
calculator.
size.
Do you have it on your laptop? Yeah.
It's not
Okay,
on
the
the
lot
system,
size.
sir.
Yeah, you have the data. You have the data now. Let's use the data. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir.
Let's check and see how much you would have made if you're on this trade, because it hits all the TPs. Even it hits the C and the A.
Okay, sir.
I just hope people are really getting us here. All right, quickly show the calculator. How much would I have made?
Okay. If you are risking $5 on this trade, on an
Yes.
$100 account. Since the stop loss is 4 pips,
4 pips. Yeah.
yes, it means that the risk, the lot size after using risk management will be 0.125.
Okay.
So 0.125 times 10 pips times 10 again will be $12, sir. $12.5.
So
That
guys,
made $12.5.
you see that so on this trade you would have made $12.5. Imagine you have $100, $100, yet your first setup have given you $12.5. You already meet your target in a day if your target is 10% of your funds and you are done for the day just with one setup. So that is first rule. Now, what is the first rule again? First rule is what? You must look for the risk to reward, and it must be what? Minimum of 2. And if it's not up to 2, then you come to adjust it to letter C on the pattern. Okay. And if the C is not enough, you come to letter A. That is the first rule. Okay. So let's go back to the second rule. Let's go back to the second rule. The second rule, that's the second rule now. The second rule is after you've checked the risk to reward and you see that it's minimum of 2, meaning it's 2 or above. Okay. The next thing you check is what we call market trend. Market trend. What is trend, guys? For the new ones in the house, market trend is simply talking about the direction of the market at the moment. Now we have 3 major market direction. Okay, we have what we call uptrend, which is the up direction, which means when the market is on its way up. We have downtrend when the market is on the way down, and when we have consolidation or ranging markets. Ranging markets or consolidation means when the market is neither going up or going down, it's just going between 2 points, up and down between 2 points. Okay. Now we don't trade ranging markets. We only trade downwards, downtrend or uptrend, which means the market is going down or is going up. Now, what determines whether it's downtrend or uptrend? What is second rule? What is it really talking about? That you must check the trend of the market. Now it means if you have a sell, if Manara is giving you a sell setup that okay, this setup you are selling, you want to make sure that the market is on the way down because you only sell when the market is on its way down. Because when the market is on its way down, it means the market is selling, and you want to align with the market direction. If Manara is saying buy, you have to go to the chart and check is the market on the way up? Because when the market is on its way up, it means the market is buying, and you only buy when the market is buying. You don't go against the market. So let's check what this means. Now let's look at Euro USD again. The same example we chose before. What happened? Okay, all right. So guys, let's look at this Euro USD that we checked before for the first rule. Let's see if it obeys the second rule as well. Hey, sorry. All right. All right, guys. So if you look, how do you know that? You check your left. Now, if you look at the left, okay, you see the high of that market starting from the top there. Sheriff, can you touch the top? Hey, good. You see that it's starting from the top down. I'm talking of the nearest left. The top is high and then it's coming down. So it's a downtrend market. Okay, even if you go to that one, the long one before, I mean, the one that is close to the way you took the trade. So that is a downtrend. Go to that one so they will understand. From the closest one, yes, that one. Yes, from there, can you see, guys? It's from the top to the down, which means the market is on its way down. So this particular setup meets that rule. It meets up with that rule. Okay. So rule number one, this setup passed it, which is based on our adjustments using letter C or A for the risk to reward. Rule number two, if you check, you always look towards your left and see if the market is coming from the top, from the top to the downside, or from the down to the top side. If it's coming from the top to the downside, that means selling. So which means the setup is good for sell. Okay, so let's go and check a buy. Go to the buy or check the failed one. Let's check the failed one. Idea. Or better still, let's finish with the rules on the successful idea. Then we'll now go back to fail idea and check the rules with them. Let's just be done. Let's go to rule number three. Rule number three. Guys, remember rule number one is what? The risk to reward ratio must be it must be two minimum. Okay, that's minimum of two, which means two or above action. If it's a sell, you expect the market from the down upward. Now let's check the rule number three. The rule number three is SL. SL. SL area check. Fine. So stop loss. What does that mean? Now sometimes Manara gives you a stop loss. Okay. Now you now as a person, Manara is the robot. Now when Manara gives you a stop loss, in order to prevent some ideas that will come uh, uh to hit your stop loss and then now finally go your way. There's a reason why that happens sometimes. You want to show to double check the SL Manara gave to make sure that it follows the rules in forex trading. Now, what is the rule in forex trading? The rule is this: if you are taking a trade, okay, if it's a buy now, if it's a buy, remember the rules in forex trading is if you are buying, you buy at support. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, you have to go back to your back office and learn about support and resistance. Okay, support means the floor. Support is where you buy. Resistance means the ceiling. Ceiling is where you sell. So whenever the market is giving you a buy, you are expecting to buy from the support. If it's giving you a sell, you are expected to sell from the resistance. Now, for your stop loss area, you want to make sure that the stop loss is at that's the previous candle, okay, the highest candle from the resistance area. Okay, you want to make sure that what if it's a sell, you want to make sure that the candle that's in the previous one, you look for the highest one, the recent highest candle from the support from the resistance area. If it's a buy, you look for what the last or the recent highest candle from the support area. I want you to take that. Let's take that again. If it's a sell, you look for the highest recent candle from the resistance area. If it's a buy, you look for uh, 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 the highest recent candle from the support area. Okay. Now let's look for this. Let's look at this Euro USD. Did Euro USD support this rule? Let's check it. So look at the stop loss of Euro USD. Go back to Euro USD. You
Yeah.
have to use
I'm
Euro
there now, sir.
USD for all our rules. Okay. Then we'll now check it with. All right. Look at the SL. Guys, can you see the red line that is called SL? Put a line on the SL. So you want to make sure that the SL is on the highest recent candle. Okay, the most recent candle above the entry area. Now look at that. You see it now. The highest candle there. Can you touch that candle for them, Sheriff? The recent highest candle after the entry. You see it now. That's the candle is touching over there. Can you see it now? So it's above the entry. Okay. Now that is a good one. Okay, that is a good one. Now, in the case where you want to be very, very safe sometimes, so when you don't see it going to the recent highest candle, okay, then you now look for the recent highest candle yourself. But that one is a good one. Okay, that particular one is a good one. See here, look at the letter X. So long the candle is higher than letter X area, okay, aha. So it's always a safe area for your stop loss. Okay. So that's the recent highest candle. Why is it the recent highest candle? Because it's higher than the letter X. So any candle that is higher than letter X, any recent one that is higher than letter X, then that one is okay. So from there and above. So always check this one too when you are trading. We'll look at the failed ones now. We'll see them and see the reasons why they have failed. Okay, why they have failed ideas. So that's the what rule is that? That's the third rule, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that the third rule?
Yes,
The
sir.
fourth or the third? Can we go back to it? Cherry.
The third.
All right, go
Third,
back
sir.
to the rule. Let's go to the next rule. All right, let's go to the next one. Is that the last one?
Yeah, I think remains one.
Is that the last rule?
Remains one, but it's not
What?
here. Remains one, but it's not here. That one is if after adjusting stop loss line, check to Manara TP2 if reward ratio is still up to 2.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah, that will do. That one will do. So that's where the adjustment area comes in. What we explained before.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
one doesn't need to be here. That one is just on the adjustment area. So guys, now let's check all the ideas with these three rules. So now what is trying to explain is this. Now, in the case where we see some setups where the stop loss is not enough, and maybe you have to be the one to increase it to the nearest candle, the most recent highest candle. The moment you adjust the SL now, it will distort, it will change the risk to reward ratio. So let's say, for example, now let's just say, let's go to a setup. Let's go to a setup. Okay, let's use this. Let's just use this for example. Let's say this particular setup, this USD. Okay, let's say we change the SL to the next highest candle after the one they used. That's exactly line now. So if you check it, when you measure now, it will be bigger than before. It will not be 4 again, it will be more than 4. In that case, that's where you adjust. Let's go there. Let's check how much pips is that. From the entry to the new SL.
Yes. That's 9 pips, sir.
See, guys, that is 9 pips. So which means you expect to have at least 18 pips in your profits. So now let's check from the entry to A if it gives us that. If it doesn't, then you just have to either take it like that or you just let it go. What do we have there? 12. It's not up to.
12.
It's not.
It's not up to, sir. It's not up to 18. It's 12.
Are you on Euro USD?
Yes, I'm on Euro US, sir.
Yes, that's not where you put it. If you want to put it at all, that place is very, very way high. Look at the next place you put it. Just come down. Come down to where you have the green and the red. That's where you put it. So check, calculate that.
5 pips, sir.
5 pips. So with that 5 pips, now if you move the moment you move it down there and it's 5 pips, then you move your TP, your target. That's your take profit area. You move it to A, and that A will be giving you 12. So which means you are now you're back to normal risk to reward. So guys, with
Which
this
is
one
fine.
now, at least those are the rules you follow for you to take this first. So you don't take this first without following those rules. Now let's now use these rules to check every other what do you call it? Let's check other pairs with these rules now. We check the successful ones and the failed ones. We see why some are failed ideas, and why the ones are successful ideas. Let's check the first one, the failed one. Let's see why it failed based on the rules. So make it a full screen. Good. Now, guys, let's analyze this trade. Let's see why it's a failed idea. What's the first rule? What's the first rule? Risk to reward, right? Guys, I
Yes,
want
sir.
you to note that this idea actually won. This idea actually won after hitting the stop loss, right? No. Is this idea a failed idea? Okay, it's a
Yes.
failed idea,
It
yeah.
was a field.
All right, all right. Okay. Now you see that this idea actually won after that, right? So let's check. Let's check. The first rule, what's the first rule? Risk to reward. Go and check the risk to reward.
Yes, sir.
Did it pass?
Yes. 3.77.
Good. So it passed that. So you tick pass. The second idea, the second rule. What's the second rule?
Trend.
Now, guys, let's look at this trend. Is this a buy or a sell? Remember, it's a sell,
Sell.
right? So, what did I say about a sell? What did I say about a sell? It must be a market that is coming from the top to the downward part. But if you look at this one, looking at the recent candle, is it from the top to the down or down to the top? That's, you see, guys, can you see it now? I hope you can see this, right? The market is moving from the bottom to the top, which means a buy market. This is an upward market. It should be a buy, not a sell. Now, do you know that if we had bought this idea, look at the market went up before finally going down, you would have made money at the top before the market now changed its face coming down. So you avoid this kind of trade. So which means if you had seen this following the rules, you would have been caught up with this failure. I mean, yes, the market will still fail, but it won't be your own money because you're following a rule. Okay. So I think that is it. So we don't need to check other ones since that one is already a fail. So the moment you check the three rules and you see that anyone is a fail, just leave the idea and go to the next one. So let's go to another. Let's go to the USD JPY. Now USD JPY. The question is, what's the first rule? Risk to reward. Now, for the risk to reward, what do you have there?
NAN.
NAN. Okay. So
Yes,
now,
sir.
that NAN is like, is not none. You understand? Something like not none, like maybe unknown, something like that, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
what you do is you will now go and use the rule to help you out from this one. So how do you use the rule? Now, can you go to full screen? Because you want to determine if this one is worth your time or not. Now, so you see, so what this means is like it's the same, but then it's a triple top. Okay, it's a triple top, so it's the same. So which means the same idea for the sell is the same idea for the that's the same uh, uh, risk.
Stop
That's
loss.
your risk is $10, your winning will be $10. Do you get right? It's the same, right?
Yes, sir.
How many pips? The
Usually
same.
one to one.
So you see, so you don't take this kind of trade now. For me, I will avoid it, even if it's a success. I mean, because I don't want to risk the same amount I'm making. No, it should be double. So you avoid this trade. Okay, let's go to the next one. That failed one. Let's see why it failed.
This word is 1.8.
Is what? 1.8. Aha,
This
that's
word
the
is
first
1.8.
reason. Good. That's the
So
first reason why you will not take that trade. But based on our adjustment strategy, let's go check it. Just click on it. So it's not up to 2. So what do we do? Enlarge. Let's see. So it's a buy idea, right? Guys,
yes,
it's a
sir.
buy idea, isn't it? Now, so let's say we want to even do anything at all, apart from the risk to reward, which we can adjust. Apart from the risk to reward, which we can adjust. Okay. Is this a buy market or a sell market? If you look at it from the left, is the market on its way up, on its way down? Can you guys see that it's up from the top to the down? So this market is a sell market, and that was why the market sold. Do you see it now? The market is a sell market because from the top to the bottom, it's not going from the bottom. So this is another reason why you will not take this trade. Do you see now that if you were taking this trade based on these trade ideas, based on that rule, that would have helped you to avoid this failure. So you would have failed. So you would have left this one, you won't take it. So you see why I told you that if you work with the rules, it will help you avoid failures. Let's go to the last one. Let's use one last example because time is fast spent. Let's look for another. Now we've tested 2 failures. Let's test one more successful one and use the rules.
Okay. Yes, sir. I think I need to refresh it.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Oh, you have to refresh again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I actually like this white background, Manara. All right.
I have to change that part.
No, yeah, it's okay. Let's just continue to. So let's go to the last one. A successful trade. What time is it now? Wow, we spent 19 minutes more than the time we're supposed to spend. Can you go to the monitor? Go to the monitor. Let's go. Yeah. So, guys, let's check a successful one. We've checked two failures, and we've seen using the rules that rules would have prevented you from taking those failed ideas, right? So, which means that's a very higher chance of winning because when you eliminate the losses, it increases your winning rate. Let's let's check another successful one and see if the rules apply.
This one is
Now, first thing is
1.7.
first rule is successful one,
Yes.
1.7, and click on it and let's go use our adjust. Okay, use the one that is no, that's 3.4 now. Use that one. Use the 3.4. Remember, the first thing is
Yeah.
the risk to reward. So if see the one with the higher risk to reward. Okay, so let's use that one. At least we've done the adjustment type. So let's do the one that is direct now. So the first rule is must be more than 2. So this one is 3.44. So it's higher than 2. Now let's check the second rule. Click on the setup. What is the
Right.
setup?
I should click on what, sir?
Where is the setup?
The setup.
A full screen. The
3.64.
first rule is already marked. The first rule is already followed, which is the risk to reward is high. Can you
Yes, sir.
calculate it? Calculate the risk to reward.
3.64.
Yeah, I mean, go to
3.64.
the main chart and use the ruler.
Okay, sir.
Full screen. Yeah, use the ruler. Guys, I want you to see what we mean by that. Can you stretch it? Stretch it very well so they'll see.
Okay, sir.
Okay, from the entry, which is the gray box now. Remember, guys, I told you that you have to have two entries, right? This time around, I think it came from the gray box. How many pips is the stop loss?
1 pip, 1.5.
1.5. Wow. This is a very sweet one. 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Let's go to let's go to
TP2. TP2.
what is there?
So TP2 is
5.7.
5.7.
5.7 pips, right?
Yes, sir.
Profits.
Divided by 1.5 will give
Good.
us the
Now
reward
5.7.
to risk
Guys,
ratio.
I want you to notice something. Do you notice that the market always comes to the C area and the A area? Yes. But do you notice that the market always comes to that C area and the A area? At least the C area. Isn't it? Even go to the A area, right? Do you guys notice that? Can you notice? Oh man, I'm tired. Does it mean no one is hearing me right now? So, Sharif, you also cannot hear me. Can you hear me or not?
I hear you, sir.
Yes, I need response. So I won't be asking like 10 times. It's not easy. I'm really tired. Guys, please help me. Help my ministry. When I ask you questions, I need you guys to respond. That's exactly what the question means. The rest will know that I'm not just talking. All right. So that is that, but that's not the point right now. The point is the first rule is what? Risk to reward, which is 3.64. If you divide 1.5 pips or whatever pips, what you get at the TP? So it's simple. Always divide what the target in pips by the stop loss. It gives you the risk to reward ratio. The second rule, guys, the market trend. And what is the market trend? First of all, we look at the setup. The setup says sell. And I say sell. What do you look for a market trend? You have to check the market. Is it coming from the top to the downwards part, or is coming from the down to the upward part? But you leave this time around because it's a sell setup. You are looking for a market that is
The
coming from
risk
the
reward
top to
ratio.
the downward part. I've left that area. I've left risk to reward ratio. The second rule is market trend. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, guys, I think Sharif network is really. I mean, I don't understand. Of course, the network is not okay enough. That's why you see that when I say things, sometimes you don't get it. You won't get it on time, but it's okay. At least you guys understand what we're saying. Okay, the first rule is what the market, the risk to reward ratio, which was 3.6. That makes the setup first rule valid. Second rule, market trend. It meets the market trend, which is the second rule. If, as you can see, the ruler, they're using the line from the top to the bottom. That means it's a downtrend. It's a market that is on its way down. That means, and the third rule is the top is that it was on the top of the highest candle, that's the most recent highest candle from the resistance area, which is from the top. That makes that market, that particular setup, a valid setup, and you can see that is why it's successful. So, guys, why did I do all of this? Number one, remember to cap all of this, to put it in summary, we talk about Manara as a kind of robot that gives you ideas that are profitable, that will help you to move ahead your account and invariably help you to achieve your financial goal joining the academy. And how can you do that? By following the settings which I gave you guys. Number one, make sure that the time frame is 5. Number two, use Gatly, BAT, and triple top and triple bottom, making 4. Those are the patterns you use. Number 4 is okay, the time frame, the patterns, and what else? Only trade bullish and bearish market, which is a market that is on its way up, bullish, and one that is on its way down, bearish. Why? Because the one that is on its way up, whenever there is a buy setup, you follow the bullish. Whenever there is a sell setup, you follow the bearish. But if it's the ranging, which means it's not neither going up or going down, you don't do that, you avoid it. Okay. So that's what you use on the settings. Now, apart from the settings now, there are rules to follow, which we already that's for you, because when you choose the settings, what would that do to you? When you choose the settings, the Manara will give you ideas that fit into that settings. But that doesn't mean all the settings, all the ideas that will be given based on the settings are good ideas. I mean, when I say good ideas, meaning they are not all of them will give you the high level of what do you call it, the high winning accuracy. Okay, so you need the one that will give you higher percentage as anything that has to do with winning. You want the higher percentage, isn't it? Now, to make that happen now, to scrutinize the market, to filter the setup such as you have more winning rates. So I came up with those 3 rules. Now, those rules are: number one, make sure that the risk to reward is higher. That will help you to progress in your funds in case of losing. You understand? You lose less and you make more. Then the second thing you look for is the market trend. Make sure it's respecting the setup is respecting the market trend. What do I mean by that? If it's a sell setup, it has to be a market that is coming from the top downwards. If it's a buy setup, it has to be a market that is coming from the down upwards. And how do you see that? You look towards your left and check the markets. That will help you to see that. If it's not that, don't take the trade. Then the last but not the least, the SL. In case of SL, you need to go and check the SL Manara gave you or it will be giving you and make sure that if it's a selling market, the most recent, the highest, that's the most recent highest candle towards your left, you understand, is what you check. You make sure that the SL is around that, which means it has to be above the letter X on the pattern. Then if it's a buy, it has to be the most recent highest candle towards your left on the support area, not resistance now, which means from the bottom. Okay. It has to be below the X area. Okay. So those are the rules to follow to have higher winning accuracy. Okay. And with that, I think we're done for tonight based on the new Manara setups, which can give you profitable ideas. I mean, makes you more profitable. And I've proven that to you using all these patterns that happened last week and the upper week. I mean, you've seen the result level. So imagine you using this for this coming week and tell me how it goes. Okay. Apart from that, in addition, luckily for you guys that are on the elite package, I think the elite package, the success package, and the elite pro, yeah. I mean, which means you have access to Manara and Eminos. So Eminos will be coming up with tomorrow. That'll be the launching Echo. Okay, Echo is not a new product, guys. Echo is just like enhancements to the ready-made products. Echo is going to be helping you to push in trade ideas. Some of you forget to take ideas from the group, or Eminos will send idea you are not there. Maybe you're not around, or maybe you're not there to check it. But now with that notification coming to ask you, should the should the AI robot take the trade on your behalf, then you will just respond yes or no, or confirm or accept. It will tell you, of course, that command will come with the launching tomorrow. So that means if you're on this package, you have nothing to lose. Manara will give you ideas which you'll be making money from. Everyone will give you ideas which you'll be making money from. But the main aim of all of this is not for you to overtrade and trade and trade and trade without having a goal in mind. I mean, it's just like somebody who is moving without destination. You keep on moving, and till the day the person will be out of energy and probably die. We don't want that. You need to have your daily goal. So, which I recommend, first of all, you go into the compounding plan, which of course, if you don't understand, you can let us know. We'll put that in the next training. Then compounding plan, and then your target should be at least 10% a day of whatever amount you are using to trade, which is a good one. You should not make it more than 10%, if I would say, because going over 10% will put your money to risk. Okay, you want to be out of the market as soon as possible. How would you love it? Your first setup in the morning gives you what you want, and then you rest for the rest of the day. You don't have to be on that tension. I mean, that gives you more money. Before you know it, at the end of 30 days, you'll be so rich. I mean, you'll be so rich that you can pay for your subscription for the next 1 year. That is the essence of this meeting tonight, guys. So I'll welcome 2 questions, and then we'll call it a night. 2 questions, if there is. All right. I don't think there's any question. So in the absence of no question, I will be calling it a night officially.